Japan is absolutely merciless with presenters and speakers. When it is a large soiree with the punters are drinking and chatting and hanging around, waiting for proceedings to get underway. When the gun goes off, do they stop talking and pay attention to you? Embarrassingly, no. They ignore you and just keep chatting. You're actually effectively drowning you out with that low humming sound reminiscent of a 747 about to take off. How do we get their attention to listen to us? The velvet curtain is drawn back and the magic formula for grabbing the rabble's attention is revealed in today's show. Welcome back. This weekly edition every Friday of the Japan Business Mastery Show. I'm your host, Dr. Greg Story, your corporate coaching and training guy, president of Dale Carnegie Training Japan, and the best-selling author of Japan Sales Mastery, and my new book is a bestseller too, Japan Business Mastery. We are bringing the show to you from our studio in the High Performance Center in Akasaka in Minato-ku, the business center of Tokyo. This is episode number 12, and we are talking about 7 ways to speak to the rabble. Before we get going, a quick word from our sponsor. If you want to become a fully competent and confident presenter, then do the High Impact Presentations course. We are all being judged when we speak, be it in the internal team meeting or in a public environment, be it the big bosses, clients, or an industry audience. Everyone is evaluating us. Don't blow it. Get the best training on the planet. Do the High Impact Presentations course now in either Japanese or English. Welcome back. Okay, now it's time for the show. Sori dewa ikimashou. So let's get going. 7 ways to speak to the rabble. The master of ceremony, the MC, goes to the microphone to get the program underway. But the audience are simply oblivious, caught up in their own riveting conversations. The situation is much worse at receptions where alcohol is already flowing and the people down the back are generating a roar, a positive din that drowns out the speakers. Here are 7 ideas that will shut down the noisy rabble and provide a proper platform for the speaker to be heard. 1. Make sure to turn off the background music well before you're ready to start. Surprisingly, this is often forgotten by the organisers. Speakers should not try to compete with irritating white noise in the background. Number 2. Preferably always have someone else introduce you. Their job is to quiet the room in preparation for your presentation. This doesn't always go according to plan though, because it can be a bit of a lucky draw on who introduces you. Be ready to take over if you need to in order to restore some decorum. 3. Don't allow the podium to dominate you. If you worry about speaking behind high podiums and appearing to your audience to be a stylish coif just peeking above the waterline, always arrive early and have the event staff provide a small raised dais just behind the podium for you. Even better, dismiss the podium altogether so we can use our entire body language to maximum effect. Number 4, voice projection is key for cutting through crowd noise. Today's microphone technology is very good, so you don't have to have a stentorian voice to be heard. However, placing the microphone too close to your mouth creates dissonance, making it harder to hear you. Mysteriously, some speakers have the opposite problem and hold the microphone so low that there's almost no sound being heard. I saw a guy the other day wrap his entire hand around the microphone mesh. Don't do that if you want to be heard. Number 5, use pauses. When you face a challenging, noisy crowd, make sure to hit the first few words very hard. To get things going, start with a strong "Ladies and gentlemen," with power invested in the first word. And remember to draw that first word out slightly. Ladies! Elongate it for effect, but don't overdo it. Now, include a small pause just before a strong finish to this, like this. Ladies and gentlemen. Okay, number 6. I've seen speakers using assorted cutlery, bang on glass to create a chime that signals it's time to shut up everyone and listen. It works, however, one word of warning. Don't speak while pounding. Get their attention, then speak. 7. Similarly, you can use powerful music to drown out the crowd's babble and make them listen to what is coming next. Just a short piece will do, as it signals action is about to commence and people will switch their gaze to you at the front of the room. After the music ends, again, use a slight pause, then start. To be heard above the din, remember, turn off the BGM well before you start. Have someone else quiet the room for you. Don't allow the podium to dominate you. Practice with the microphone so you know the correct distance and angle of elevation to use. Hit the first word hard and elongate it slightly. Use pauses. They add power to the speaker. If you strike a glass to produce a crowd quietening chime, don't speak while pounding. A short burst of music can silence an audience and clear the way for you to start speaking. Thank you for watching this episode, and remember to hit the subscribe button. The Japan Business Mastery Show is here to help you navigate your way around business in Japan. Subscribe on YouTube, share it with your family, friends and colleagues. Remember, hit the little bell icon for automatic episode notifications. Our website details are on screen now, enjapan.dalecarnegie.com. Awesome value, so please take a look. And also, please leave me some feedback on YouTube. I'd love to know how this show is helping and what other topics you are interested in for me to cover. Just tell me how I can help you best. You might also enjoy my other weekly shows for podcasts. Mondays for the Cutting Edge Japan Business Show. Tuesdays, the Presentations Japan series. Wednesdays for the Sales Japan series. Thursdays for the Leadership Japan series. And Fridays for the Japan Business Mastery Show podcast version. You get all of these podcasts wherever you normally get your podcasts. Also on Mondays, I release my other TV show, The Cutting Edge Japan Business Show on YouTube. Now in episode 12, we are talking about 7 checkpoints to cool down your anger with idiots. Onegai itashimasu. Please join me for the next episode next week of How to Master Business here, because that is what we all want, isn't it? Japan Business Mastery.